You're doing it right now, aren't you? Checking your phone. Waiting for someone to reply, to react, to acknowledge you. Maybe it's the person you're seeing. Maybe it's the friend who's been cold lately. Maybe it's your manager who keeps overlooking you. Maybe it's the validation you're not getting on your posts. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody's telling you. That waiting, that checking, that quiet desperation, it is the exact opposite of what the most mentally strong people on this planet do. They're called Stoics. And they do not chase, ever. Not people, not approval, not clout, not anyone. And after this video, you'll understand exactly why. And honestly, you might not want to chase anymore either. The chasing epidemic. And yes, you're probably in it. Let's be honest about the current state of things. We live in the most connected era in human history, and yet a terrifying number of people are mentally unwell, chronically anxious, and completely dependent on external validation to feel okay about themselves. According to the 2025 Deloitte Global Gen Z and Millennial survey of 23,000 plus respondents from 44 countries, 40% of Gen Z and 34% of millennials say they feel stressed or anxious all or most of the time. That's not just a rough patch, that's baseline life for most young people right now. Another research says 78% of Gen Z admit to feeling addicted to their phone or social media, with the average Gen Z spending 6 hours 27 minutes per day on their phone, more than any other generation. That's 6.5 hours? Most of it is spent waiting, posting, checking, refreshing, performing, seeking, in other words, chasing. And chasing, in Stoic terms, is the single fastest way to destroy your mental peace. Stoicism is not what you think it is. If your reference point for Stoicism is some guy on TikTok telling you to not feel emotions and be cold to everyone to be alpha, that is not Stoicism. That is insecurity wearing a toga. Real Stoicism is not about suppression. It's not about being emotionally unavailable. Stoicism, in its actual form, is one of the most psychologically sophisticated frameworks ever developed, and modern science keeps validating it. Stoicism started in Athens around 300 BC, founded by a shipwrecked merchant named Zeno, who literally lost everything, found philosophy, and built a framework for thriving under any condition. Its core idea is that you cannot control what happens to you. You can only control how you think and respond. That's the whole game. And chasing people, begging for attention, desperation for validation, is the clearest violation of that principle. The people who actually got this right. Let's talk about real people. People you actually know about. 1. Kobe Bryant. The obsession with process, not reaction. Kobe talked about Stoicism directly, the Mamba mentality. His entire philosophy was built on one Stoic idea. You control your effort, your preparation, your craft. You do not control how people perceive it. When Kobe was at his peak, he didn't chase media love. He didn't adjust his game to be more likable. He wasn't performing for the crowd's approval. He said, the most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. But I also don't believe in chasing anything that isn't about excellence itself. When he was booed, when the media turned on him, when his team dynamics were messy, he went back to the gym at 4 a.m. because the gym was in his control. Public opinion wasn't, too. Rihanna walked away, built an empire. When Rihanna's music wasn't connecting the way it used to, she didn't chase pop relevance. She didn't flood the market with singles to beg for attention. She went quiet. And in that silence, she built Fenty Beauty, a brand that did $100 million in revenue in its first 40 days, and Savage X Fenty, which became a billion-dollar brand. She told Vogue, I don't think about work and play as play. It's all living. She didn't chase the industry. She redirected her energy completely. The industry eventually came to her. That's not a coincidence. That's stoic energy. 3. Steve Jobs got pushed out, didn't beg, won anyway. In 1985, Apple, the company Jobs co-founded, forced him out. He was 30 years old. The conventional move, chase reinstatement, lobby, campaign, beg for relevance. Instead, he started Next and then bought a small animation studio called Pixar. Apple's stock tanked without him. The company nearly went bankrupt. By 1997, Apple came back to Jobs, not the other way around. He reflected later, "Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me." The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again. He didn't chase Apple's approval. He focused entirely on what he could build. The rest handled itself. 4. Ryan Holiday, the modern millennial stoic. He was 19 when he became director of marketing for American Apparel. He was surrounded by chaos, manipulation, and media games. He turned to Marcus Aurelius. He wrote, "The obstacle is the way" in his late 20s. Then ego is the enemy. Then the Daily Stoic. All of them New York Times bestsellers. His entire brand is built on one stoic idea. The external world is noise. Build from within. Holiday says, "The only guarantee in this life is that if you seek validation outside yourself, you will always be starving." He didn't chase literary fame. He built something useful. The audience found him. Stoics don't chase because they already know who they are. No external confirmation needed. The Stoic Week 2024 report proved it. Just 1 week of focusing inward reduced depression and anxiety by over 13% in the participants. Their core weapon is the dichotomy of control. Your response is yours, everything else never was. Chasing what you can't control isn't strength. It's confusion. And the final reason? They're too busy building. Purpose doesn't chase anyone, it attracts. Philosophy is great, but here's what it looks like in practice. 5 shifts, starting today. Feel the urge to text or check? Pause. Ask, is this in my control? If not, redirect. Even 10 minutes on something real compounds. Audit your circle. Who consistently drains without reciprocating? That's data, not a problem to solve by chasing harder. Pick one value. Build your identity around it. Through actions, not through how others see you. 5-minute nightly journal. 3 questions. What was in my control? What did I do with it? Where did I leak energy? Consume less? Create more? Your next chapter won't come from refreshing your notifications. Chasing isn't weakness. It's just misdirected energy. The need to matter, to belong, to be seen, that's completely valid. But Stoicism's most powerful insight is this. The person you've been waiting on is you. The moment you genuinely stop chasing, something shifts. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You stop measuring yourself through other people's eyes and start building something worth being proud of. Kobe, Rihanna, Jobs, Holiday, they all found this. They stopped waiting for the world to come around and started executing regardless. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your attention is the most valuable thing you own in 2026. Stop giving it to people who aren't giving you theirs. Build, create, execute. Let your work do the chasing for you. If this landed, like and subscribe, and also drop a comment. What are you done chasing? See you in the next one.